आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणासी आलो.
आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणासी आलो.
ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणासी आलो.
आम्ही माताजींच्या चरणासी आलो.
ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो. जाणीवाती जीवा खाली नाही झाली.
जाणीवाती जीवा खाली नाही झाली.
शक्ती कुंडलिनी शरीरात व्यापिली.
शक्ती कुंडलिनी शरीरात व्यापिली.
ओ जाणीवाती जीवा खाली नाही झाली.
जाणीवाती जीवा खाली नाही झाली.
शक्ती कुंडलिनी शरीरात व्यापिली.
शक्ती कुंडलिनी शरीरात व्यापिली. चरणासी येत जागृतीचा आलो.
चरणासी येत जागृतीचा आलो. ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो. ज्ञान शक्तवामा ज्ञान जन दे.
ज्ञानशक्तवामा ज्ञान ज्ञान दे.
मात निर्मला ही विश्वची दयाई.
माता निर्मला ही विश्वाची आई.
ज्ञान शक्तवामा ज्ञान जन दे.
ज्ञानशक्तवामा ज्ञान ज्ञान दे.
मात निर्मला ही विश्वची दयाई.
माता निर्मला ही विश्वाची आई. ज्ञान दूर होता अनुभव आलो.
ज्ञान दूर होत अनुभव आलो. ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो. रामदेव संगे विष्णुचार संगे.
रामदेव संगे विष्णुचार संगे.
शक्तिवान आम्ही भगवती अंगे.
शक्तिवान आम्ही भगवती अंगे.
रामदेव संगे विष्णुचार संगे.
रामदेव संगे विष्णुचार संगे.
शक्तिवान आम्ही भगवती अंगे.
शक्तिवान आम्ही भगवती अंगे. गुरु नाम घेता अनाहती आलो.
गुरु नाम घेता अनाहती आलो. ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो.
ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात नालो. शिव शक्ती राम सीता भक्त हनुमंता.
शिव शक्ती राम सीता भक्त हनुमंता.
मात जय जानी आम्ही शोभिवंता.
मातेच्या यज्ञानी आम्ही शोभिवंता.
शिव शक्ती राम सीता भक्त हनुमंता.
शिव शक्ती राम सीता भक्त हनुमंता.
मात जय जानी आम्ही शोभिवंता.
मातेच्या यज्ञानी आम्ही शोभिवंता. भावा माझे ज्यांच्या सहसारी आलो.
भावा माझे जंश सहस्रारी आलो. ओ चैतन्य संगे अमृतात
Hi, everybody. It's so great to see you again. Welcome to our 7th and final meditation for the beginners program. How exciting that we have all made it through the first week of meditating together. I know I've definitely had a great time with all of you. And from tomorrow, we will be starting the intermediate series, and we will introduce the new host to you at the end of this session. And they're very excited to get on board and be continuing the meditations with you next week. Through the next week, that is. So just in case you've just joined tonight, my name is Sadhana, and I'm co-hosting tonight with my husband, James.
Everybody.
So tonight we have Subhani with us, who has been meditating for many years and has a lot of knowledge about Sahaja Yoga meditation. She'll be taking us through a great session which focuses on how to let go of our past. This is something that most people really struggle with, as it's based on our emotions. I'm not sure about you, but I know that I can definitely let my emotions get the better of me, and this often leaves me feeling either exhausted or annoyed. So Subhani is going to teach us how to help us deal with our past and our emotions. She will talk a little bit about balancing, as the past is related to the left side of our saddle system. She will then talk a little bit more about how to manage our left side and the emotions that are associated with it. After that, Subhani will show us a talk of Srimataji Nirmala Devi, the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation. And in this video, Srimataji will be taking us through a special breathing meditation called pranayam. I find this to be a really powerful tool when meditating, as it helps you to feel very calm and peaceful inside and really enables you to let go of your emotions. So this is something that I try to do quite often, actually. So it's really exciting that we can share it with you tonight. So Subhani, let's get into it. How are you going?
Very good. Thank you, Sadhana.
Great.
You hear me all right?
Yes, sounding perfect.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks for the introduction, Sadhana. My name is Subhani, and I have been enjoying the blessings of Sahaja Yoga for a little over 18 years now. I feel like an adult in Sahaj now. Like Sadhana said, today's topic is about managing our emotions with specific reference to letting go of the past. Like Sadhana mentioned, we all struggle with it, young or old, whatever kind of life, whatever little or more life we have spent. There is always a past to every moment, and very often it can become an impediment in our normal functioning, in a good mental health, and in a good quality of life. So I'm going to be talking to you about some of the techniques in Sahaja Yoga that have personally benefited me a lot. I will also share with you some experiences. But before we get talking, I think it's important that we go through the self-realization steps. So a very brief, quick, short self-realization session. For those of you who've been joining us for the past week, you're familiar with this process. Self-realization, repeating this process is not a waste of your time. It will strengthen and establish your realization. It will improve the quality of your vibrations. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is a very important first step before we can, start to utilize or enjoy the benefits of meditation. We must awaken the divine power within us. I'm referring to the Kundalini energy, which resides in the sacrum bone in our body at the bottom of our spine. Now that lives like a coil. The word Kundalini is a Sanskrit word which literally means a coil. Srimataji Nirmala Devi, who's the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation, has developed a technique which in these modern times can easily awaken the Kundalini of human beings. And through this technique, we can have this divine power rise within us. Now, during the self-realization process, it's a good idea to keep your eyes closed. It's a big benefit because it brings our attention inside and it avoids all the distractions of things that we can see and the thoughts that those things can create in us. However, if you're doing it for the first time and you're finding it difficult to follow the steps through words, feel free to open up your eyes and have a look at your screen where you can see the placement of your hands on the body. So let's go through the self-realization process, and I will see you back in a tick.
The most important thing is to get the experience of self-realization. So the first thing is to get connected to this all-pervading power. This is extremely simple, which you cannot achieve by reading, by studying, or by doing anything. It is not a mental act, but it's a living happening. Please close your eyes. So now raise your right hand on the left hand side on your heart. And here you have to say with full confidence again, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. I have told you that this all-pervading power is the ocean of knowledge, ocean of compassion, ocean of bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness, and whatever mistakes you have committed can be easily dissolved by it. So please forgive yourself and put your right hand at the corner of your neck and your shoulder and turn your head to your right. Here you have to say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say this. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Whether you forgive or you don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. Here, now you put your right hand on top of your forehead and put it down. From your heart you have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone. And don't think about the people whom you have to forgive. Just say, Mother, I forgive everyone in general. Don't think about them. Please forgive me if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly. Say it from your heart. Stretch your palm fully and put it the center of your palm on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Now press back your fingers as far as possible. And with the pressure, move your scalp. Move it clockwise slowly. Now here, again, I cannot force self-realization on you. You have to ask for it. So move your hand so that you move the scalp well with the pressure, saying 7 times, Mother, please give me self-realization. Mother, please give me self-realization. Now take down your hands, put both the hands towards me like this. Like that.
Welcome back. So how is everybody feeling? For those of us who have gone through this process before, I'm sure you now understand how to read the feelings on your on the top of your hands and on the top of your head. For anybody new today, we will be more than happy to assist you a bit more at the end of the session. For now, I hope that you're all feeling a sense of cool breeze, cool vibrations on the top of your head and on your palms, or on your palms. Typically, the Kundalini manifests itself physically at the top of the head more often or in the beginning, and eventually on the palms of our hands and on our fingertips as well. Do not worry if the sensation isn't a cool breeze and it's a warm, tingling or a pinching sensation of any kind. All that means is that your Kundalini energy, your own personal divine mother inside of your body, has been awakened and is rising through the chakras and channels in your body. And in the process of cleansing the blockages of the past and present even, and any hurdles that are there in our spiritual life, in our spiritual ascent, in the process of clearing that, the vibrations sometimes would manifest themselves as warm or tingling sensations as well. If you do not feel anything through the self-realization process, again, there is nothing to worry. All I can say is keep at it. After all this time of regular meditation and after all these years, there are still moments, still days when I'm not able to feel my vibrations. Each of us have our own growth curve. There is no right or wrong. I can assure you that in time you will begin to feel and recognize your own vibrations on your palms as well as on the top of your heads, top of your head. So by now, I assume that we are all reasonably familiar with the chakra chart, also called the picture of our subtle system, or how the body is internally organized from a spiritual perspective, consisting of 7 chakras right from the bottom of our spine to the top of our head. Specifically, I want to draw attention here to the 3 channels within the subtle system. The 3 channels, on the right side, there is the yellow line that you can see running from top to bottom. This is the right side of our body, which represents the power of action and planning and thinking. And yes, the common word which goes with all of those words is future. So the right side of our body also represents, the right channel in our body also represents our future. The central channel, which is the ideal state. So when we are in meditation, and yes, we don't do meditation, it's not an action. We go into meditation, it's a state of being. The central channel represents that state. And then Kundalini is rising physically while it manifests as a cool breeze at various fingertips, at various points that you can see colored on the subtle system or on the chakra chart. Mentally, that rising of Kundalini would present itself as peace of mind, thoughtless awareness. So not sleep, not lack of awareness, absolute alert awareness, but the ability to be without our thoughts. And we will talk a little bit more when we start to talk about the feelings and emotion side of things. But imagine that moment where you can get rid of all feelings, good or bad, and just be. So that state of just being is the central channel, and that's the ideal state of meditation as well. The left side is the blue line that you see running from, again, bottom to top on the left side of the body of the subtle chart is the left channel, and it also represents our past. It also represents the power of desire. And now notice the words here, it's a power after all. However, blockages on the left side could indicate negative feelings, negative emotions. And I think it would be fair to say that everybody understands how negative feelings and, negative emotions can destroy the quality of our life, can lead to poor mental health, can lead to sometimes, the loss of capability to work, to be constructive in relationships, and to actually survive and be happy. we lose the joy. So the left side is a really important part of our life. The past is a very, very important part of our life, of course. And I'm going to spend a few moments here to just unpack this intellectually. What are the negative emotions of the past? Really, two broad categories. One is regret of bad deeds or unfortunate things which we may have been a part of, or something we're not proud of, something we may have done intentionally or unintentionally, willingly or unwillingly, with a malicious thought or intent, or without one, in innocence. But regrets is a huge part of the negative, difficult feelings and emotions of the past, which many of us struggle to get rid of. And these could be as innocent as, in a child, the regret of having lied to mom about throwing away lunch, or as serious as some unfortunate incident that we may have been involved in our life. So yes, that is, we all understand that it is unproductive and it is negative. We all understand intellectually that there is no point in harboring those feelings or those memories of the past, and that it affects us poorly in terms of, like I said, mental health, quality of life in general. The other category of the emotions or feelings of past, which typically weigh down on human beings, is anger and grief of loss, and anger and resentment towards the people or circumstances or incidents that may have caused it. So the bad that I have done, or the bad that was done to me. That is, now intellectually we all understand it's all in the past. There is no point. Forgiving is important. If I don't forgive, I'm only hurting myself. It's for my own benefit. Everybody says it. Everybody knows it. We believe it truly in our heart. Having said that, feelings and emotions are real. They are as real as the air, which we can't see, but it's there. We breathe it. And it's easier said than done, that just let it go. So how do we let go of the past? Now, in Sahaja Yoga, there are so many amazing, impactful techniques that Shimadaji has taught us that we can use to clear the problems and the issues on our left side. No doubt in the future sessions over the next 2 weeks, we will talk about quite a few of those techniques. But today I would like to share one technique that I personally benefit a lot from and repeatedly benefit a lot from. It's something you can do anywhere. It's just all you need is yourself and air that we breathe. As Sadhana had introduced earlier at the beginning of the session, the Sanskrit word for the technique is pranayam. Shimadaji tells us that our emotions and feelings are also a power. Basically, these are unfulfilled wishes manifesting themselves in a negative way sometimes. And when they manifest themselves in a negative way, typically the way to decode them is to feel them on your left hand. The left side of your hand during meditation may feel hot, warm, even tingling, pinching. Lethargy is another indication of feeling extremely tired, not being able to engage your mind in any activity, not being able to smile at a smile-worthy thing. So all signs of poor mental health, depression, anxiety, these are all indicative of a left side problem or a left side blockage. Now, Shimadaji tells us that the emotions have an intensity about them. In the technique that we're going to talk about today, Shimadaji speaks of how that intensity and that strength of emotion itself can be used and channeled in an enlightened attention. And I know I'm using a lot of words here. So enlightened attention will be your attention after you've gone through your self-realization process. So with the Kundalini awakened and with the connection established at the top of the head, in that meditative state, we can use our breathing or attention on our breath. We can use that attention to use the intensity of a difficult or a negative emotion and feeling, and then redirect that energy or channel it into resolving the problems of the present and bringing joy and peace of mind. And that would tangibly allow you to let go of that emotion. I can speak from experience that this works. And there is no shame in saying that the past catches up with us every now and then. There are triggers in smell of a familiar food, smelt after a long, long time, a familiar song, which you heard at a time when some incident had happened, or you were in a different state of mind, or, a sound, smell, a taste, something would trigger it. A word might trigger it. Anything might trigger it. But what do we do in that moment? And how do we use the intensity that we feel at the time to constructively bring joy and come back into the present moment and try to live this life today and now? So let's listen to Shimataji's talk, and please follow the steps alongside when Shimataji takes us through that breathing exercise, and I will see you back in a few minutes.
Now, what we can do is today, what should I tell you, the practical side? The meditation, all right? Let's see what is meditation is, what we have to do for a meditation. The first thing we have got is the left side, is the mana shakti, is the power of your emotions, all right? Now, emotions are connected with your right side also, prana. Say for example, if you are emotionally disturbed, just now we got disturbed. So our breathing also increased, and we felt the whole body was sort of reacting, and we were feeling the reaction of the prana, right side also, that it was trying to express itself. Like we started, the tears is the water element, and all that came in, and the whole emotion was so much pouring out, and with that our prana was also involved. Say for example, if you are frightened, it's all right. If you are frightened too much, then what happens? She's all right. If you are frightened, then also you get your breathing very fast, isn't it? So it is connected. Yes, coming. So it is connected. If you are frightened, it is connected with your prana in your breathing, and your whole system is connected with your emotions, physical system. If you cry too much, or if you weep too much, or if you are a sad person, that shows on your face. Your Vishuddhi chakra also shows. And not only Anata, but also Vishuddhi. Then also your Agya goes out. So all the chakras reflect the left side in such a way that physical manifestation is also there. So it proves that both are very much connected. So if we have to somehow or other resolve these two sides within us, the left and the right side, because if you do not dissolve it, you are left halfway here. So you have to dissolve these two things. And to dissolve these, what should we do? What can we do in meditation? Can you suggest? Say we have got prana and mana. Now prana represents the right side, and the mana shakti is the left side. All right? These two have to be dissolved. Laya means dissolve. Now how do we do it? To dissolve these two things. They are connected with each other. After realization, not before. So before meditation, we give ourselves a balance. All right? Which side is more, which side is less. At the time, supposing you are emotionally that time disturbed, then you put your right to the left. If you are that time disturbed on the left side, disturbed in the sense that if your left side is frozen, then you raise your left side and give yourself a balance before meditation. Now, let us see which side is less, first of all. Put your hands like this. Like this. Are you all right? Getting cool breeze? Getting it? And this I am not. All right. Better? Are you getting in this side? No? Something moving? Cool breeze is coming now. Is there cool breeze? Is it? There is cool breeze in your hand? Are you feeling it? All right. So, once you have given yourself a balance, then the best thing is to pay attention to your emotions, to Manasya. Watch them. You can enlighten your emotions by thinking of your mother, right? Just enlighten them. Just she will solve the problem. Whatever are the problems in the mana, all right? So once you get connected with those emotions and you start looking at them in your meditation, you will see these emotions are rising within you, and if you try to put these emotions on your mother, as they say, at the lotus feet of your mother, they will start also resolving those emotions, and they'll become sort of expands. You will extend that in such a way that you will feel you are in control of these emotions. You are in control of them, and by that controlling those emotions, your emotions which are expanded, enlightened, are powerful. And these emotions, when you feel that way, then the cause of those emotions can be solved. For example, just now, you got emotionally stirred up because I talked about, say, these children. Naturally, anybody would be. Now, when you are stirred up with that, you put that problem of those feelings that are rising in you, that those waves of feelings that are coming at the lotus feet of your mother. So they get touched, say, by that power, you can say. Then these emotions become enlightened. And when these emotions become enlightened, they have a power to solve the problem. Do you see the point? As if they have reached the shore where they got the light, and this problem can be solved. Because now you are not in an individual self, you are in the expanse, you are in the samashti. And because you have entered into that position, that's why you have got these powers of entering into another person's body, to see the vibrations of another person, to raise the kundalini. Otherwise, you could not have done. So for you it is very easy to do it, because I am also sitting here in person. So easy to put these emotions just there so that they get enlightened and your wish is fulfilled. Because emotions are nothing but wishes. These are unfulfilled wishes. Now, how they do it otherwise is also this way, that you take up these emotions and put them. So that is, these emotions are actually the left side, as I said, is the desire. So the desire is taken, any desire, and is put in the prana. Now how do you put it on the prana? That you control your prana. That's why they do pranayama. See, like you sit down now very comfortably. Now you have a desire to put your attention to that. Attention is very important. See, now this attention is to be put onto the prana. So the emotions are there, and then bring those emotions and put them into your attention. Means they are now, you are aware of them. Now what you do is to watch your breathing. See now, try to reduce your breathing. Reduce it. In the sense that you have breathed out, wait for a while, then breathe in. For a long time, then you breathe out. So in 1 minute, your breathing will be less than normal. Alright, try that. Breathe in. Now with the emotions, keep the attention on the emotions, you see, so that the connection is established. Better? See the Kundalini rises? Now when you are breathing, you find that there is a space in between, which you just leave it vacant. Breathe in. Now leave it vacant. Now breathe out. Now leave it vacant. Breathe in. Keep it there. Then leave it. Keep outside. Now breathe in. Now start breathing in such a way that you stop your breathing. Attention should be on the heart, or could be on the emotions. It's better. Keep the breathing inside for a while. Bring it out, then outside for a while. Then again. Then you'll find that for a while you will not breathe. See, you settle down. The laya takes place between your prana and your mana. Both the Shaktis become one. Now, at this stage when you are silent, now you think of your intellect. It's lost. Just think of it, it's lost, it's no more there. So what is happening? Actually, that this laya, the attention goes into the intellect and enlightens the intellect. See, the thought is not there. Try to find your intellect within yourself. Now see, where is my intellect? Try to find it. It's not there. It's not working. Again try it. It is working, but it has become the samashti. It's become the collective now. See now? Did you follow that? There's no thought. This exercise will give you this thoughtless awareness, establishment of thoughtless awareness. There is no thought. So the second lesson. All right? May God bless.
Welcome back. I hope you all enjoyed that exercise and the conversation. It is always such a joy, and I wonder what a privilege it would have been for Shri Mataji to be having those conversations with yogis at the time. And I feel fortunate to be able to witness these conversations today in my own lifetime. I hope you enjoyed and you got something out of that session. Just as a closing reminder to this conversation, I want to acknowledge that feelings are real, emotions are real. We can't see them. Those who are not feeling them find it hard to believe in them and empathize with the person who is going through emotions or feelings, but they are very real. When we're going through an emotional experience, it is very real. And with Sahaja Yoga meditation, with regular practice of meditation, we can learn to know ourselves better. It is really all about that. Just getting to know yourself better, introspecting, and getting to know your spirit a bit more, the person who you really are, the reflection of the divine inside of us, which makes us who we are, the pure spirit. So just getting to know that a little better. In practice, it's a good idea. It's helped me a lot. Learn your triggers, observe your triggers. Next time there is a powerful emotion, a negative emotion, which you start to experience, start to see and recognize the telltale signs. Like Shimataji said, emotions will manifest as physical signs as well. Increased breathing, increased heartbeat, a pain in the belly, something. Know your triggers, observe yourself, look inside, look at yourself. And as you learn to identify those triggers, practice the pranayama, practice the combination of your breath, your breathing, to combine the powers of the left side, which is the powers of desire and emotions and feelings, with the powers of the right side, which is the power of action and the future. And with that dissolution, no doubt you will experience an immense change in the quality of your life, a lot of peace of mind, and finally a real tangible way to actually let go of the past. So I hope you will all practice this technique and continue to watch the sessions to learn a lot more about various other channels and chakras in our body and more meditation techniques. I'm going to hand it back over to James and Sadhna. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much, Subhani. That was a really lovely program that you made for us. It's such an important topic, not just in terms of meditation, but just understanding ourselves and how to clear out our left channels to begin this journey into meditation and into the present. And I thought it was especially interesting how you mentioned that logically we can accept that, yes, I shouldn't be indulging these thoughts of these negative experiences or these regrets, but still they persist and they come anyway. And people say, well, you should just let go of the past. It's okay, I want to, but then they just keep coming back and you feel that way. So I personally found it super fascinating in Sahaj that we actually have these physical techniques and methods whereby we can actually change our state and actually bring ourselves out of the left side and into the center, and thereby remove ourselves from the vulnerability of the left side and these sort of mental attacks that come onto us. So very interesting. And if I could put you on the spot, Subhani, what do you think about people who maybe aren't particularly emotional or aren't too hung up on the past? Do you think it's still important for them to sort of learn about the left side and learn how to clear it out?
Absolutely. Look, the more we listen to Shimataji, the more we learn. And from what I have learned so far, for a long time, I thought I was a right-sided person. I've worked very, very hard for, whatever time I've lived. I've worked really hard. I grew up in India in a very competitive educational environment, and I had to be first and I had to do the best. academically and otherwise, and I had to know everything and do everything right. And that's the kind of professional I became. And for a long time, I thought I was a right-sided person. I would work long hours. I would get pretty stressed and try to balance family, 2 children, a full-time job, and so many other things. The more I got to know myself over the years, I've realized that even the right side influences from some blockages of the left, because all of us have a past. We may or may not remember it. Shimadaji also tells us that our past, our left side is not just our left side from the time that we remember. It's from all the many times that we've been alive. And, it's a lot more than we can comprehend mentally. So I think right or left, it's very important for all of us to acknowledge our own reality. And the more we meditate, the more we learn about ourselves. And at the end of the day, vibrations speak for themselves. So if you do believe, like my former self, that you're a right-sided person, and you start getting your left hand pretty hot all the time, you kind of figure out that there is some work to be done on the other side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for sharing.
Sure.
Right, so I'm just going to share my screen for the resources page, and after that, I'll introduce you to the guests. the MCs that will be taking over next week. You see my screen okay?
Yep, it's all coming through.
Great. So this is the site, freemeditation.com.au/December 2021. Sadhana, if you could please share that link in the chat.
Yep.
So we've just finished this week 1. We've graduated from the beginner's meditation, and tomorrow we'll be starting the intermediate. You can join the program here through the Zoom link or join on YouTube here. This is a link to the WhatsApp chat where we can answer your questions and give you supplemental materials. Whatever it is you need help with, we'll be happy to answer your questions here. Now that week 1 is finished, you can revisit any of the courses here, or you can look ahead to see what subjects are coming up here. Looks like tomorrow we have Making Our Innocence Shine, probably a meditation on the root chakra, the Muladhara. And the resources page has a lot of fantastic materials. I'll just re-show this one every day because it's really great for beginners. If you would like to go over, sort of practice at home, doing the affirmations to get yourself into meditation, you can follow this guide. Basic instructions, how to meditate at home, how to raise your Kundalini and put yourself into Bandhan. All these are really great to sort of master while you're learning Sahaja meditation in the beginning.
Hi James, could you please show us where today's recorded session may be saved?
Yeah, absolutely.
I missed the whole thing out. Sorry.
Yeah, no, all good. Thanks for asking. So this is the end of week 1. So if we open up the week 1 folder and go down to day 7, letting go of the past, and just expand that, it's right here. You just push play.
There it is.
All good.
Thanks.
Awesome. And here's a map of the subtle system. If you want to again look at how this left side works, have a look at the subtle system. And one more thing, whoops, went back too far. I just wanted to remind everybody that next week we will be doing foot soaking, which is an extremely effective technique that takes a lot of the load off of our meditation and makes it much quicker to get into a balanced state. And so you just need to prepare by getting a plastic tub or a dish tub and a thing of salt, just normal table salt, and we'll be able to go over that with you.
Easy.
Yep. Right, so just before we wrap it up, I'd like to introduce you to the MCs for next week. Sad and I will be finishing up today, and for the intermediate class, we'll be having Cardi and Nina. Do you both want to say hello, Cardi and Nina?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Nina, and I'll be co-hosting the second week of the meditation series with my good friend Karikeya. It's been really wonderful to see people joining from all over the world. I'm really looking forward to all the sessions and the next few days with all of you. Yeah, I've been practicing meditation since childhood, and I've personally felt its benefit throughout my life from so many angles. I feel like Sahaja Yoga meditation has helped me to connect with my true self, which is the spirit. And as it's only when you're free from your thoughts and attachments that you begin to understand yourself and also the world around you. So I'm very excited to share all that I've been learning in the past few years about Sahaja Yoga meditation with all of you.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Nina. Cardi, would you like to say hello?
I'm Kartikeya, or you can just say Kartik. Yes, so I'll be co-hosting the next week, and I'm quite excited to be part of this journey and to guide you through this meditation process and this process of establishing your realization and continuing your growth beyond these 21 days, and being able to allow yourselves to have these tools to really just guide your own direction, be your own master, essentially, as you might have heard in the previous talks, and just be able to recognize the sort of issues that maybe we be feeling throughout the whole day, throughout our lives, in terms of things that are happening around us. And as for me, like, it's the same situation. I've been doing meditation for a number of years since I was a child. My parents were also meditators, and I really started to recognize the impact of Sahaja Yoga more towards my later years, when I started, end of high school and going into university. And I realized that not just being able to connect with your spirit, but actually physically feeling those things on your hands and on top of your head, being able to feel that connection, not just being something like as a placebo that you're forced to feel something, but it's actually there. But that's why we're giving you these tools, because all we can say is you may feel this, but it's up to you to actually feel these things on your hands, and these catches, and these cool breeze on top of your head and on your hands. So yeah, I'm really excited to be helping you to guide through this process, and eventually be able to help you find the true meaning that you've been seeking. That's why you've come to these programs, because you are seeking something beyond what you've established. So thank you.
Sounds great. Thanks so much, Cardi. Great. So I just open it up now. Did anyone have any questions before we wrap it up? Don't be shy. Feel free to say them out loud or put them into the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's Denise. I came in late. I thought I missed a foot soak, but I didn't. Fabulous. Be next time.
Yep.
That'll be next week. Yeah. Hi, Denise.
Guys, doing the last 7 days, I tried to make them all. I think I missed 2, but I know where to look at them on YouTube. And looking forward to next week with the 2 new people that just spoke. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Denise, for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Deb. I've just got to read them from the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So Deb's just thanking us for our guidance. Just want to say that, it's been such a pleasure having these meditations with you and sort of establishing, the beginning of your journey, because this is really just a lifelong journey. And it's really exciting. Like, this is the beginning part, when you're just learning the first things about, your spiritual self, at least in relation to Sahaja Yoga. And it's been really nice to have these 7 days with you. And Cardi and Nina are very experienced, and, they'll guide you through the next part. Awesome. And sorry, there's another message that's come up. I'm reading the chat. You're welcome, Kay in Dublin. You're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. You guys have been absolutely fantastic in terms of coordinating this program to us. I also want to thank you guys, both of you guys. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Did anyone want to share an experience that they might have had this week, or from a meditation at home that maybe wasn't online?
Cricket.
We won't force you, don't worry.
No,
just
just been doing it in personal, like if you get time, obviously, just been doing it in personal life as well, outside of these programs that we have on every 8 in the evening. But it is very de-stressing, and it's an absolute relief, would be the right word, I guess, and it's very beneficial, and I can see the benefits of it already. Been practicing it in my own spare time as well. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
That's good. Very good to hear.
Hi
Okay.
guys, it's Charles here from Sydney. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Hi. The balancing. Just wondering if you can just tell us a little bit about when we need to do it. So we have the meditation we're going to be doing Course Dec next week. There's so many techniques. When do I need to consider doing balancing?
Sure. Yeah, balancing, I think it's great to do right from the start. Right in the beginning of your meditation, actually, it's best to sort of put your hands out and feel what you're feeling on both the left and the right hand. So if you're feeling heat on your right hand, then you might want to revert back to those charts or the videos, how we clear our right channel, by raising the left hand up and using the ether element to cool your right side. Or if you're feeling more heat on the left side, you may want to keep your left hand up and put your right hand towards the Mother Earth and wait for, sort of just watch the vibration and see that it actually physically cools down. So yeah, just balancing out your left and your right to begin with is gonna make it that much easier to come into the center and start to feel that cool breeze. Is there anything you guys wanted to add to that?
No, just definitely agree. Balancing in the beginning essentially just tells you what you need to focus on through the rest of your meditation. So if you're feeling the right side, like James said, you should be focusing on cooling down that right side. But if you're feeling the left side, which is the emotional side, then you'll be focusing on the left side more so in your meditation so that you can come into that balance. So definitely you should be balancing, at the beginning of all your meditations every day. It's very helpful. It's like one of the basic tools that we use.
Right.
You'll find.
Good. Well, thank you very much, James and Sadhana. It's been great.
Thank you.
No worries.
For the week. Look forward to meeting the new team, Cardi and Nina, next week. I imagine there's going to be a reunion in week 3 for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have another 2 on.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank
No
you.
worries. All right.
Question on the chat.
Oh, sorry. Narani, sorry if I've said that wrong. Hi there, what does it mean to feel a tingling sensation on both hands? All fingertips are more strongly on the palm of the hand. James, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. So tingling is a very common thing to experience. It's actually good if you're feeling tingling, in the sense that means your sort of subtlety of feeling the vibrations is really tuning in. But tingling, I would say, really just means that there's some activity or something happening on that chakra. So actually, let me just share my screen real quick. We'll open the, not that one, chakra chart. So as you can see here, these, the fingers are color coordinated to the chakra. So say, for example, on your right index finger, you were feeling some tingling, and that would mean there was some activity happening on the Vishuddhi chakra. And particularly if it's on the right, it would be on the right side of this Vishuddhi chakra. If it's on the left finger, it would be on the left side of this Vishuddhi chakra. So that can mean that maybe there's a little bit of a blockage in it, or it can mean that the Kundalini knows there's a blockage and it's working on it. But if you are feeling sort of stronger tingles or sort of like a bit of pain, then that's probably indicating that, yes, there's maybe a little bit of a blockage on it. And we haven't quite gotten to the course yet to show you how to specifically work on each chakra, but that's coming up next week. But basically there's ways that you can use your hands to give vibration and to move blockages and other elements like using light, using candles, and things like that. So yeah, in essence, it means that there's some type of activity happening or maybe blockage, but we'll get more into it next week on how you can clear that out.
Thanks, Jake. Awesome. If there's any other questions that you might have later on, maybe a question will pop up later. You can always just pop it on the WhatsApp chat, and I will, James and I will try and get to it today or tomorrow, and also Kadi and Nina will be starting to answer your questions as well. So you've got a few people there that can help you out. So we might leave it there. It's been really great, seeing all of your familiar names and sometimes your faces and answering your questions. And thank you so much for having us. Yeah, so that's bye from us.
See you all tomorrow.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
We are the children of the earth, born from the place where the sun comes from.
We are the children of the earth, born from the place where the sun comes from.
She is calling to us. Great Mother is calling to us.
She is calling to us. Earth Mother is calling to us. brother